Hey, welcome to Po Boy World of Games. Today is another look in Terraria with Po Nightly, and I got a couple things I want to show you guys. Alright, so first things first, I'm going to show you my vat. The vat I told you I was going to make, I made it. And here it is. Okay, so the way this really works is down here at the bottom, we have three inlets. These three inlets are attached to these three outlets. Here you can kind of see the wiring. It's really just hooked straight up to it, like this green one, straight up to the pump. It also tees off here, like here's the blue, green, and red all mixed together down there. They don't cross, the individual colors stay separate. Come down here to my timers and torches associated with each line. When I flip that switch, you can see the torches go on and off. I got red, green, blue for the different wires that I have. Red, green, blue. Nothing really special there. I just flip one switch, the timers turn on, and the inlet pumps pump. So I'll show you how I'm going to do this. And really what happens is this is a liquid duplicator. I'm going to put my 10 buckets of honey in here. My water in here. And then lava in here. So how this works, once the lava settles, is I flip this switch and they all pump up to the top. And somehow or another, when the inlet takes liquid in and the outlet dumps it out, it multiplies the liquid. Don't ask me why, it just does. Over here, I have a variety of switches. Going from left to right, you have honey, water, lava, and that hooks these up to this outlet. As you can see, that hooks over to here, this hooks over here, and so I have the same inlets hooked to this one outlet. At the bottom, you can see this switch actuates this row right here. The reason I did that is because I found that when I have lava pouring out of here and dropping down here, when I mix another one on top of it, it doesn't always flow all the way across. So then I end up with, like if I'm dumping water on lava, I end up with some spots that are obsidian and some spots that are still lava. And I found with this horizontal piece here, I can make the water flow all the way from left to right and then drop it straight down on whatever liquid down there. Now you can kind of see that it doesn't look like it's doing much, so we'll go ahead and speed this up a little bit and you'll see how it starts to fill up. The water's going to fill up first because it is the least viscous, where the honey is the most viscous, and it's going to take forever. Anyway, let's speed this up and let this fill up. Alright, I'm bored. You can see that the water's filling up. The lava and the honey are going to go much more slowly, so let's go do something better. In fact, I want to show you what I've been doing as far as building towards the arena for the destroyer, to beat the destroyer. Come on, werewolf, get out of my way. Possessed armor? No thank you. And my titanium armor, I don't know if I really like this. Whenever I hit something, it gives me a little buff where I'll dodge the next attack. But it also makes me kind of hard to see. I can't really distinguish between myself and what my little clone thingies are. Alright, so here we are. And you can see a bunch of dart traps. And let me tell you, this takes a lot of digging around in the dungeon in Sacrificial Worlds to get all those dart traps. Boulders, you just make those out of stone at the Tinkerer's workbench. But I have all those actuated, in fact. There you can kind of see what I've done so far. Let me fly around here. This whole underside, under each boulder, is actuated. So what I hope to do is have a switch like over here where I can activate them independently, but I want to use something like a crab engine. I don't know if you've ever heard of those, the crab engine, using crabs or, you know, bunnies or skeletons or whatever to press buttons for me. And really I'm going to use a statue with a crab statue to have crabs walk along a surface punching a bunch of little pressure plates that will lower these or drop these boulders in sequence. So then they drop by, and this area under here, I have these little mountain thingies. This is just kind of to maximize some of the area that the boulders run through. The longer I hold it in this area, the more of the destroyer each boulder can hit. At least that's the theory. But right now you can see I'm flying through all these dart traps. And the way you do that is you have actuators and you actuate them. So essentially they become part of the background just like you would actuate everything else. I left a couple unactuated. I don't have any wiring or anything, so let me grab that and run on over there. Alright, I'm back, and you can see the switch that I'm basically standing on right now. And the way you do this is I'm going to actuate, boom, 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 10 of them, put some wires on it, and when I run it over to the switch I'm standing on, when I hit that switch, watch them shoot. And just like that, they're essentially not invisible, just no longer active blocks. You can't really stand on them, you can't really do anything. You can break them with like a pickaxe. My goodness, look at all these guys coming out in full force. Go figure, it's nighttime though. Alright, get rid of them. But now I have a whole series of dart traps, and what I'm going to do with these is I'm going to use another little string of wire, run these straight up to the same crab engine that's going to be running all the boulders. So then as the crabs are hitting the buttons, they're going to deactivate all of the blocks under the boulders, but they're also going to hit buttons for my dart traps. And theoretically, I'll be running around up here, the destroyer will be hanging out down here, and all the dart traps will be shooting the destroyer while I'm up here nice and safe, shooting down with my clockwork assault rifle. At least that's the plan. I haven't tried this method before, and I figure with the boulders, it's worth a shot. I mean, the boulders do a lot of damage to me, they do a lot of damage to everybody else, and when they're running at full speed, they just keep on going. The way I stepped this up though, it has to be stepped like this, otherwise they can't go up. They hit one block and then they blow up. But I want them to run all the way across, and going through the destroyer worm as much as possible. So hopefully it works. If it doesn't work, I'm confident that the dart traps will. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to finish building this up with the boulders. Okay, here you can see the gist of what I'm trying to do. If I can clear out some of these bad guys, that would be awesome. Okay, and you can see I put a switch right here. This switch is now linked with this first row, so now you can see, watch this. This is the idea. And hopefully a worm of boulders is enough to devastate, at least in part, the destroyer. So anyway, I'm going to reset this, and then I can prepare for the destroyer. I still have to put in the crab stuff, the crab engine that's going to actuate a bunch of switches, and then get it all hooked up to the dart traps, but I think I'll save all that for another video. But for now, I think I'm going to call it quits. This was a lot of building. I don't actually know how long this video is until I edit it out. But if you like this, go ahead and drop a like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I will talk at you in another video. Thanks for watching. Po' Boy out.